There are loads of different types of curries available all around the world. In this video, I'm going to be ranking the most popular dishes from UK Indian takeaway restaurants slash curry houses, and then that will show you which ones my favourite are, and I'll give you the link and you can do the same. Let's get it on. Hello everyone, welcome to Food Review UK, and yeah, we're doing what other channels are doing and whatnot, and we're doing a curry tier list this time. You can do this very tier list because I'm going to leave the link in the description. Let's just get on with it, guys, because we've got a lot of dishes to get through here. I've got the main couple of sides, the main couple of starters, the main couple of breads and rices, and all of the curries, basically. So let's get it going. So first of all, onion bhajis. I'm going to put them into excellent. They are very tasty, they are very crispy, lovely spicing, and quite unique. Yeah, they work really well, and I would be happy to have them alongside any curry. Now, tikka starter, so like chicken tikka, or tikka mixed starter, whatever you want to call it. Nah, it might be God. I'm going to put it in God for now, but I might change it. The juiciness, the charring, this gentle, subtle spicing, absolutely delicious. And if I'm going all out, I will be having like the mixed tikka starter. Samosas. For me, it's the meat samosas. For you, it could be veggie. Meat, excellent. Yeah, probably. Whilst I've put the tikka in God tier for now, samosa is probably like my favourite sort of starter, kind of excluding the meats. That's stupid. Boona. One that I'm not that familiar with, so I haven't had every curry that's on this list. I haven't had every curry that's on this list. I don't know what accent that is. Not sort of any real one, that's for sure. So I think oftentimes I vote them awful if I've not had them. This time I'm gonna rank them according to what my impression of them is. This is a Boona. Nah, that's stupid. I have a good impression of Boona. I think I'd like it. I believe Boona is like quite a mild or medium tomato curry. Fine. Seems good. Balti. Gonna put it in good as well. It's one that I've not had. I should have put ones that I've had first. This is embarrassing me. I've had actually most of the remaining ones. So yeah, I am just quite embarrassed now. Balti, yeah, I believe it's like more mixed veg, so peppers, onions, cooked in a curry, is it? Curry? I think it's curry. Anyway, I have a good impression of it. I would like to try it. Maybe I will soon. Would you like to see reviews of them? Maybe. Biryani. Very good. The thing that I like about biryani, really nice flavoured rice. And typically, in this household, we'll be having like the chicken tikka biryani. So that chicken tikka flavour that I love from the starter, you get that in this dish without it being masked or overpowered by a sauce. Like very much the tikka flavouring is front and centre in that dish. Curry, have had that. Do you know what? I'm actually going to put it in meh. The reason I'm going to put it in meh is because whilst I still like it, it's just fairly uninteresting. It's it's a bit like a korma, but with less creamy, less sweet, less interesting. Sort of, that's the closest to like curry sauce that you get from like fish and chips, and it's fine, it's serviceable, but nah. Butter / makhani. Wow. So this would probably go into... Yeah, I think I'm going to put it in excellent. It is one of my favourite curries. They are very rich, very creamy, very indulgent, and tend to have some, whilst a lot of sweetness, tend to have a little bit of a savoury undertone as well with all the richness from the butter. Good curry. Also, I've made quite a lot of these dishes myself, guys. If you've not seen, we've got a few videos on the channel that basically you can make Indian restaurant style food at home quite easily using the BIR style of cooking, British Indian restaurant, which uses like base gravies and a lot of pre-cooking to do things easily and pack a load of flavour in. So we've got a few videos about it, but actually I really recommend Misty Ricardo's channel, and I also really like Al's Kitchen channel as well. So if you want to pick up some tips, I'd definitely say go over and speak to them. Now, dough piazza I've not had. I don't have a great impression of it because I think this is like an onion based one, which not really into. Dansak, again, I've not had. I have a good impression of it. It sounds like it's got a lot of flavour. This is the one that's got chickpeas in. So I think it's usually meat and chickpeas. Good, sounds alright. Jalfrezi, have had. Going to put it into very good. The reason I'm putting it into very good is because this is a very nice and a fairly different curry. This has got fairly strong spicing, quite hot typically. And peppers is like the big thing in this. So it's like tomatoey, onions, peppers. And if you're having a good one, that'll be really nicely charred as well. So I've made it a handful of times, and you want to start off, if you're making it at home, you want to start off dry pan, get the onions in there on the highest heat possible, and basically burn the onions, char them, set them aside. Same thing with the peppers. You can even just put chunks of pepper directly on a flame if you want, just to literally char them up. Again, you want a dry pan for this. Get them charred, get them aside. Going to add such a great level of depth of flavour to the dish. A really nice curry, one that I don't typically order because I'm not a weakling when it comes to spice, but I prefer more mild curries. But if I'm not like on the few occasions that I've been to like a world buffet or an Indian buffet, get me a spoonful of jalfrezi, yeah. Karahi, don't know how to pronounce it. Don't know too much about it. I think it's one of the more generical ones, and I think it does. Is the karahi? Is that the name of the dish that it comes in? Again, I'm envisioning something similar to a balti, like smokingly warm, and yeah, just sounds good. Korma, it's my boy. Going to put it in excellent though. I like the coconut. I like the sweetness. In fact, from some places, it's actually not too sweet. You'll typically find pasanda is less sweet, but sometimes you can get a korma that isn't super sweet, and that's really nice. That's really different and really tasty. That being said, korma is still one of my favourites. It is sweet, creamy, coconutty, and nice. Yeah, it's great. Madras. I've only had this a couple of times, so funnily enough, I had this for the first time from Waitrose. I used to work on the deli counter at Waitrose, and bloody hell, the stories I could tell you about working on there, guys, you wouldn't believe. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Write in the comments below how much you would believe me if I told you. If you make a comment about that, I'll like it and I'll pin one. So yeah, I'll pin a comment about working on Waitrose deli. Actually, this is great. Actually, write in the comments below. Something along the lines of, oh, I was once in Waitrose Chesham, you were working on the deli counter, and you did this. Like, make up a lie, the most crazy lie about what I did on the deli counter at Waitrose, and I'll pin it. No one will do that. Anyway, first had it on there. Really nice, actually. Really tasty, very savoury and tomatoey. And then the first time I've had it since then was just a couple of weeks ago when we did a paid promotion with Indian Gourmet. Brilliant company. They sent us this amazing selection of food, and one of the dishes was chicken madras, and it was, man, I was taking me right back to those Waitrose times of actually trying it. But it is these few versions I've had, so I'm guessing all of them are intensely tomatoey, intensely savoury, really nice, and actually gonna put it in very good. I sort of want to order it again, but again, it's a slightly hotter one than I usually go for. Malaya. Now, Malaya, I think, is usually pineapple and or banana, and it's good. It's good. It's basically like a fruitier version of a korma. I've had things like mango kormas before, and whilst I really liked the mango korma actually, primarily because where it was from was really good. But actually, I find those really fruity curries, when they're creamy as well, they're a bit too sweet for me, but still nice. I've had it a couple of times and it's still nice. Pasanda. Now, Pasanda is god tier. Like I say, it's very similar to a korma. It tends to be more almond and no coconut, whereas korma is more coconut. I think korma does still have almond in typically. But anyway, Pasanda, basically main flavour is almond, and it's a creamy, gently spiced curry, and you'll usually find it will be markedly less sweet than korma. There's a place in Aylesbury called Elm Farm Tandoori. That's probably my favourite pasanda I've had, because actually it almost has no sweetness to it. It's a very sort of muted flavour, very subtle and really creamy and really delicious. Pathia, haven't had, meh. To my understanding, it's like tomato, and again, just one of these generic curries which I don't like, because I've never tried them. There's a handful of these curries where, like, I read the description and I just don't really understand, like, and even when I look up recipes, I don't really understand what would set some of these things apart. So actually, if you are an Indian food expert, let me know in the comments below on these ones that I've not had. Let me know what I'm missing out on, or what point I'm missing, sort of thing. Fowl. I don't think I've ever had it. I don't think, but obviously my opinion of it is that it's awful, because there's been times where I've handled heat quite badly.
Oh, the heat comes down.
Nope.
I can't even begin
to
say how hot this is.
So I don't want to experience something that is just going to literally burn my head off. Rogan Josh, very good. I think I've ordered it a couple of times, and then outside of actually ordering it, I've had it several times at like world buffets and whatnot. Absolutely delicious. Similarly to a madras, very intensely savoury, and typically it's been a lamb curry as well, so the lamb's been really tender and nice and just a great depth of flavour. Saag, or chicken tikka saag, as I've had. Very good. Really like spinach in Indian food. In fact, it's my favourite vehicle for spinach. I think it works really well. There's a dish coming up. Oh my god, I'm running out of water. This is bad news for my voice. We've got the famous side order coming up shortly, sagaloo. I think the spinach goes so well. It adds this really nice, like, irony, earthiness, and it works really nicely in the what is usually like basically like a tomato-y curry. Tikka masala. Tikka masala is very good. So tikka masala is very similar to a korma. It just has basically got extra tomato in, so it has a slight amount of savouriness in it, and a bit more depth of flavour. Yeah, nice. Although I do prefer korma, that being said. Vindaloo. I think I have tried vindaloo. Obviously, I'm going to put it in pour, because it can't be as bad as fowl heat wise. I think I've tried it. Like, I've had a taste. I might have done a review on the channel for something along those lines. Again, it's all about the heat, and I'm not interested in that. Bombay aloo. Lovely, beautiful, delicate spicing. The potato is always cooked so nicely. Quite oily, so quite rich. Beautiful little side order. Gonna put it in very good. Actually, I changed my mind. Sagaloo. Similar to Bombay potato. Typically some flavours of like mustard seed, black mustard seeds, and as I say, spinach. And that oily, oniony, spinachy, sort of saucy element. Yeah, boys. Excellent. Taka dal. So this is like a chickpea. Is it like a creamy chickpea side? Never had it. Have a very good impression of it though. Yeah, I have a very good impression of it. I was going to put it in good, but no, very good impression of it. I'd like to try. Maybe I'll try that very soon, because actually that's the highest up one that I have a good impression of. Pilau rice is very good. Nice, gentle, subtle flavours, typically a hint of cardamom. Looks beautiful. Very often you get the sort of rainbow rice. Looks stunning. Individual grains. Beautiful. Boiled rice. Meh. I'm sure it's fine, but I certainly don't know why you would have it. Pilau's flavouring is so subtle that unless your local curry house is like just ridiculously overpower the pilau, don't know why you would have boiled over it. Coconut rice is good. I probably don't like it quite as much as pilau, because I don't think it's quite as versatile. Now, if I was less of a creamy and mild curry fan and more of a spicy fan, maybe I would go for the coconut rice a bit more often, because it would lend itself better to dishes that are less creamy and less sweet, I would say. But that being said, it's still nice. Keema rice. Oh, it's god tier. It's god tier, because now we're talking about my favourite dishes. Pasanda. Keema rice. The thing that I love about the keema rice, the keema is meat. At least I think keema means meat in that language, which I don't know what that language even is. That's how culturally ignorant I am. Anyway, it's got this beautiful subtle spicing, a slight meatiness, and a very tiny amount of heat. And these little elements, especially with the savouriness as well, works unbelievably well with creamy curries. So if you are a creamy curry fan and you've not had keema rice with it, let me tell you, next time you order, get the keema rice in. You won't regret it. Lemon rice. I'm going to put it in good because I still think it's better than boiled rice, but I would say even less versatile than coconut rice. Mushroom rice. I have a very good... I'm going to put it in good. I haven't had it. I have a good impression of it though, because loads of friends have recommended this as their favourite rice. I don't know how much it differs from keema rice, so I do wonder if how similar they are. It might just be the same sort of thing, but it's got mushrooms in instead of meat, which I would never choose mushroom over meat personally, unless I was, on the funny drug trip reference. No, I don't do magic mushrooms. Chapati. So this is a thin flatbread. This is basically just an unleavened flatbread, I think. It's not meh. Is it very good? No, it's good. It's good. Typically got ghee on or butter, and they're nice. They're just nice. They are. I don't know if they're made with maybe wholemeal flour. I tend to get that sort of impression from them. Bit like a naan, but not airy sort of thing. And I'd say probably a little bit less flavour. Paratha, similar to a chapati, but I believe this is the one that's like flaky. Nice. A bit like a thin pastry sort of thing. Naan. Plain naan, very good. Plain naan's really nice. If you get a good one, they are very nicely charred, and they go with any dish, so that's great. Garlic naan, also very good. Delicious tings, and I've just said words that have meaning probably. No, just a nice bit of flavour. They're typically garlic and coriander, aren't they? Yeah, they're nice. Peshwari. Going to put that in excellent. So Peshwari typically has a almond, coconut and sweet or sugary paste in the middle, which makes them go particularly better with hotter curries. If you're having it with creamy curries, there's a bit of a clash again. So it's actually, whilst it probably is my favourite kind of naan bread, because it doesn't go quite as well with the kind of curries that I usually get a keema naan, which is, I'm going to put in excellent actually, because it's, great flavour, nice and savoury and salty from the meat in the middle, and just good. And cheese naan, do you know what? I'm actually going to put cheese naan in excellent as well. This is the most recent naan sort of, I've just moved the thing. This is the most recent naan that I've had sort of like recently, like tried it for the first time most recently. Really nice, slightly creamy, actually not all that different from a plain naan, but just a bit saltier and a bit more savoury. And that is it, guys. I think I've hit most of the main dishes there. Do let me know in the comments below if there's any that I've missed, and I can obviously update the tier list for future participants. It's not going to change this video, but hey, let me know your comments below about what I did to you, not what I did to you, about what happened at Waitrose. Oh god. If you're new, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.